How's it going? When is the giveaway? So the giveaway is already over, but we will be announcing the winner on an episode tomorrow. So if you're not subscribed and you don't have the notification bell turned on, definitely do that so that you know when that video goes out. Hello everybody. Welcome to the live stream. We are going to do another giveaway soon, probably before the end of the year, but we'll see what that is. So we've not made up our minds as to what exactly we want to give away. We just know that we're going to do one. So it's another good reason to subscribe, you know. I don't know if that charge port was working or not. Yeah. So hope everybody else is having a good day today. These headsets are always tough. This one, somebody spilled some soda in here. You can see this dried kind of soda here. And then on the inside of the faceplate, you can see these little dried soda marks. So somebody definitely spilled something in there. But it's kind of like a hunt and peck thing to figure out exactly what went wrong. Oh yeah, soda. It's the worst. Like... See that charge port right there? That's a little bit of corrosion right there. Sometimes I can put some isopropyl alcohol on these things and kind of clean them up. But like this LCD's already gone out, so it just needs to be replaced. I'm at least going to replace the LCD on this because it's got enough significant liquid damage to have blacked out in one eye before the customer sent it in to us. Usually those things are not repairable as much as we just have to replace the full LCD panel. Just to keep your drinks away. Yeah, definitely. So I don't like keeping my soda around my VR headset, but you know, you do you. Well, thanks for letting us know, Archie. We're here to support. But yeah, if you guys entered the giveaway or you guys were curious about who won the last giveaway, we are doing an episode tomorrow. So we'll launch an episode probably around 5 or 6 p.m. So just keep your notifications turned on. Click that notification bell. You know, that's what they always say. 2025 is going to be a quarter of being to... Yep, that's correct. Have you guys been enjoying the shorts recently? I've been trying to compare things. It seems to be really popular. I mean, people really seem to be viewing the shorts where I kind of create comparisons between things. So I did one with the Quest 3 versus the Quest Pro today, because I think not a lot of people really understand that the Quest Pro, even though it's like way more expensive than the Quest 3, doesn't even come close to having the resolution of the Quest 3, which is kind of funny. It's got like basically the same resolution as the Quest 2. The Quest Pro does. It's just got pancake lenses. So, which, you know, at the time was sort of an exclusive feature, but now that the Quest 3 has pancake lenses, it's like, why would you buy a Quest Pro? Unless you really needed the face and eye tracking, why would you buy a Quest Pro? Shorts are more common, so you get way more views. Yeah, I mean, people really seem to be enjoying the shorts. I mean, I like making the long form videos because it gives me time to talk about things, but now that shorts can be up to 3 minutes long, that's seems like a really good way to get lots and lots of content out, because it only takes me like 30 minutes to make a short versus like a long form video could take like, you know, 3 or 4 hours depending on how much editing I have to do. Yeah, this is a Quest 2. Well, thanks for the sub. I appreciate that. my controller just broke and I need somebody to fix it. We can definitely take a look at it. You can check out our website. I've got some sort of like base level pricing for what most people end up paying for repairs on there, but it kind of depends on what's going on with it. Is it a ring repair? Did you get water in it? Is it not getting any power? Is the joystick drift? Like, all those things are kind of priced differently because they require different amounts of labor and parts. So, oh goodness. One thing I'm kind of curious about, we might test out here, is whether or not the LCD itself is bad, or what games do I play? I don't play a whole lot of games. When I do play, I really like Blade and Sorcery. It's a lot of fun. Pretty standard games. I like Zero Caliber. Zero Caliber's fun. Contractors is fun. I don't know. Like, I don't play as much VR as I used to, just to be honest with you. So sometimes I get lucky and sometimes there's just a board issue. So what I'm going to do is, instead of replacing the LCD here, I'm going to replace the board and see if maybe that resolves our display issue. Odds are not good, but I have to check just in case because I'm here anyway. What's our website? It's fixmyoculus.com. My brother Dylan Doe's birthday, he goes by Dill. Can you say, almost got me. Who won? So we'll announce who won the giveaway in tomorrow's video. We're putting together a video. So if you're curious about who won the giveaway, you can just make sure that you're subscribed and you got the notification bell turned on so that you can see when we post that video tomorrow. Do they use thermal paste on the CPU, or what is it? And can I replace it with thermal paste? You cannot replace this with thermal paste. This is more like a thermal putty. I've got some over here. It's just like this, but no, I wouldn't use thermal paste on these processors just because they're not designed to handle that. These processors don't run nearly as hot as like a computer CPU. They're more like a cell phone, so they need their thermal putty to accommodate that. How long does it usually take to fix Quest 2 controllers over there? Well, there's kind of multiple levels to that question. If you send it in to us, my turnaround time right now is about 2.5 weeks, just because I was sick for like a week and I was out of town for a little while, and so we just kind of got a little bit behind because I'm kind of the main technician. But usually it's about 1 to 2 weeks, and right now it's a little bit longer. But as far as like actually repairing them, it usually takes like 30 minutes. Like once it makes it to my desk, it's very quick. Would you be able to put the new chip in the Quest 2? No, they don't really work like that. If the one of the barriers to entry on modifications for the Quest 2 is that Meta sort of gatekeeps the operating system on these. If we had access to the operating system, we know it's an Android-based system, but they pretty much have it locked. And if we had better access to that, then we could just really put in any processor that you wanted, or you could almost put the Quest 2 or the Quest 3 or the Quest Pro software onto like say an Intel processor, and then almost build your own headset around it. So I'm hoping that when they kind of publicly release Horizon OS, that opens up some doors for different modifications, and maybe even turning like a Pico type headset or like a Pimax type headset into something that just ran Oculus's software. That'd be really cool. Would you be able to put the new? Yep. Thanks, by the way. Do you think about fan in the Quest 2 blows nowhere? I drilled one hole in the middle for the air input and too big on top, much cooler, and can handle the tuning. Yeah, you can kind of get away with, you almost don't even need to drill it. You could almost just kind of cut this away, because this is really your air vent here, and then this is your air vent here. It doesn't seem like it, but see where that's shorter there than this part here. So if you just you could almost just chip away at this with like a chisel or like a razor blade, and you would increase that airflow. You almost don't really have to drill into the faceplate here because the air doesn't flow there naturally. The fan is going to blow air up in a very particular way because of the way that it's created. You know, it's going to take in air and then blow it out through the top. So, but anyway, so it's just shipping and actually getting it sent back that takes so long. Yeah, it's just kind of the shipping. It kind of depends on where you're at. I would say the average is about 2 to 3 days. So, you know, if you send a headset out, it's 2 to 3 days, and then to repair it here is like 2.5 weeks right now with the wait time, and then it's another 2 to 3 days back. If everything goes smoothly, I can usually do the whole thing in under 3 weeks. It just kind of depends on the day and how many things we got going on. What is Horizon OS? That's kind of the name for Meta's operating system that they've talked about publicly releasing. But it's not publicly available. Can you use some Quest 3S parts on a Quest 2? You can, or vice versa. So the cameras on the Quest 2 are actually the same as the tracking cameras on the Quest 3. There's a couple parts that are interchangeable, but that's the main one that I made note of when I was doing the teardown, is that the tracking cameras are the same. For someone in North Carolina, how long would it take? I really don't know off the top of my head. You'd have to reach out to us and we could do a shipping estimate for you. So let's, what is that? That's a 128. Let's take a look here. Wait, 128. That's a 128. I'm just curious to see if this resolves that little LCD issue or if that persists, because it's really weird for liquid damage to impact the LCD like that. Most of the time, that's like the last thing to go. The stream is delayed real bad. That's... Huh. Not sure why. I'm on Wi-Fi, so shouldn't be that delayed. Got a lot of people in here, though. I appreciate you guys all hanging out. If you guys get a chance to like and subscribe, that helps us out a bunch. Hi. How's it going, Liam? You guys got quiet on me all of a sudden. Let's see. I don't really need to plug everything in. I just kind of need to know if it's gonna turn on and display an image or not. So kind of just a testing process here. Let's see what we got. Charge port. No. Still got a black in one eye, so the LCD is damaged. So we will pull this board back out and see if we can replace that LCD. Can you fix a Pico 4 Ultra? Nobody's ever sent a Pico in to me. I don't know if it's because they're not sold in the US or they're just not that popular, but I'd love to take a crack at one if you have one and you want to send it in. Ever had an earphone problem or sound issues on the Quest 2? Oh yeah, all the time. The speakers get blown for various reasons. The speaker arms themselves are really hollow chambers, so liquid goes down there pretty easy. So people get liquid in the headset, and that ruins the speakers, or the speakers just get blown. The drivers on the board can go bad for the speakers, so there's that issue too. There's all sorts of things that can happen to the speakers. Of course, they can just break off too, which is probably the most common scenario. If you've got a Quest 2, it's much more likely that your speaker arm just gets broken off by force, then the speaker goes bad. Ever had an earphone problem or something? Oh, this is a joke. Have you ever fixed a Google Cardboard? No, no. But if you wanted to send one in to me. Alrighty. I don't see any liquid on that battery connector. Most of these cables look pretty clean. Like that one's got some stuff there. Maybe that cable's bad. The power cable looks good. That cable looks good. I guess we'll just see. We'll get this LCD in here and then go from there. These cameras all kind of get replaced when I swap out the LCD, so not too worried about those. I was thinking about the next giveaway, and maybe you guys have some thoughts on this, but we're trying to decide between, do we want to do a Quest 3 for the last giveaway of the year, or do we want to do like a PSVR 2 system for the last giveaway of the year? Your controller broke. That sucks. I rarely watch live streams since brain rot crying sounds are in the background of Minecraft vids. Yeah, I'm not big on watching live streams myself, but people seem to enjoy it when I do a live stream because they can sit here and ask me questions. So, and I like interacting with people. So, this thermal paste is a mess. On accident, I threw my controller. Who is spamming hearts? It's very distracting. I don't see any hearts on my end. How much of a difference would you say the pancake lenses on the Quest 3 compared to the ones on the Quest Pro? They're the same. The Quest 3 pancake lenses on the Quest 3 and the Quest Pro are the same. The problem is not that the pancake lenses are the same. It's that the actual LCD panels in the Quest Pro are smaller. So you get a lower resolution. Even though you have the pancake lenses on the Quest Pro, you're going to get a lower resolution on the Quest Pro. So the Quest Pro doesn't really take as full advantage of the pancake lenses as the Quest 3 because they're smaller screens, so you have a not as wide of a field of view, and you've got lower resolution. So if you're going into it for the visuals, the Quest 3 is the better move. If you're going into it because you really want that face tracking or that eye tracking for whatever reason, because some people really like that, then the Quest Pro is going to be the better move. All right. But yeah, the Quest 3 has the better resolution, the better graphical capabilities. There's no doubt, and it's got the better processor. I mean, the Quest Pro has more RAM. It's got 12 gigabytes of RAM versus the Quest 3 has 8 gigabytes of RAM, but the Quest 3 has the newer processor because it's a Gen 2 processor. How many Quest Pros have you fixed, and what's the most common broken part? I've not had that many sent in to me. Probably about a dozen total. I mean, the Quest 2, I've probably fixed, I don't know, thousands, hundreds at least of the Quest 2s and the Quest 2 controllers. The Quest 3s, I've probably done maybe 100 of those at this point now. I probably do like 3 or 4 a week since they've come out. So maybe more than 100, but the Quest Pros, maybe only like 10 or 15 at the most. And I would say the most common thing that I see is the cables on the between the front of the headset and the back of the headset that connects for power. Those go bad. The charge ports go bad on those. And then the lenses get really messed up, just like the Quest 3 lenses do. But people who spend $1,500 on a headset have a tendency to take better care of their headsets because, you know, it's like a way more expensive repair or a way more expensive thing to replace. So just broadly speaking, the people that do get those units, they baby them. Can't you do a tutorial and make the Quest 2, 3 operate like a Meta Quest 3 and have the power bank act as an internal battery by the tracking tricking system? I'm not sure what you mean by that question. How do I send in my controller? You can check out our website. Our website's got ways to send in your devices. Have you ever fixed pass-through cameras on a Quest 3 3S? Nobody sent me in a Quest 3S yet. They're brand new, so usually it takes a few months of use, in the market for people to break something bad enough to where they're, ready to send it in to me. But I have fixed the tracking cameras and the pass-through cameras on the Quest 3. They're fairly repairable, and I have enough of those cameras now in stock to repair those pretty much whenever they come in. It's not like a parts shortage situation. I misspoke. Apple Vision Pro. I didn't. Not the Meta Quest 3. The Apple Vision Pro. I'm still not sure what you mean by your question. To make a Quest 3 act like an Apple Vision Pro? Hey dude, can you tell me how to fix my right controller on my Quest 2? It's not connecting and the battery is okay at 100%. Usually if your controller is not tracking, if you can't see it in the headset, but it is connected to the headset, and you can see that through the app or through the headset itself, it's a good indication that one of the tracking ribbons is damaged or broken. It's not always the case. Sometimes there's a motherboard issue. Oh, that's not a good board. I don't know how this board got into my mix. Is the 3 better for pass-through and the 2 better for gaming? The 3 is going to be better for pass-through and for gaming. It's got more resolution. It's got the better pass-through. It's got a better processor. Anybody out there who's telling you that the Quest 2 is better in any capacity, I'm not sure exactly what they're going off of, except for maybe arguably anecdotal evidence. They just feel that way about it, because there's no research or statistics that I feel like no solid numbers that you could point to and go, well, here's where the Quest 2 is really better than the Quest 3, because those numbers just don't exist. I mean, at the end of the day, the Quest 2 is a 4-year-old piece of hardware, so it's just going to face the challenges of any piece of aging technology. Internal battery. Remove the internal battery and trick the system into thinking it's using internal battery, but it's power bank with diodes. On the Apple Vision Pro use a power bank. I mean, maybe. What's the point? Like, having an external battery is not a convenient thing. You might as well play like with a wired headset if you're going to do that, I feel like. I'm planning to run DCS VR on my computer. You're planning to run DCVR, DCS VR? Not familiar with what DCS VR is. Can you tell me the best Quest 3S head strap? I really like the Kiwi head straps, but I'm going to do some comparison videos here in the next few days, actually, maybe over the next week or so, and we're going to compare some head straps. I'm going to go get one of the actual Meta power bank straps, and I'm going to compare that to a couple different brands, and we'll see what we think. Have you ever gave someone more storage when fixing? Yeah, sometimes people send in their headsets and they have 64 gigabyte versions or 128 gigabyte versions, and we can definitely upgrade the motherboard to a 256. It's just kind of, some people find it cost prohibitive. Just depends on what they're sending it in for. Like if you're already sending it in for a motherboard repair, because something like this, like you got liquid damage in it, then I guess I could have just used the board that it came with, couldn't I? But in most cases, I feel like, yeah, if you've got a 64 gigabyte version, you might as well just upgrade, even if it's just to a 128. What is the thing that breaks more often? I think probably on the Quest 2s, it's probably the cameras. The cameras break a lot. On the Quest 3s, it's the speaker arms. The Quest 2 heats up a lot. Why is that? I can hear fan noise rapidly going off. The ventilation system's just not that great. it's one of those things they've definitely improved on between the Quest 2 and then the Quest 3 and 3S. The ventilation's way better in the Quest 3S than it is in the Quest 2. So, any tips for Quest 3S? Like what kind of tips? Like repair tips or maintenance tips? All the same things that I would say about the Quest 2 still apply. You know, keep it out of the sun, keep it away from water. Be careful what kind of cable and power bank you're using to charge it up, because those things can have a negative impact. I own a Quest 3 and I'm thinking about buying Quest Pro controllers. Do you think they're worth buying? I personally don't get the hype. Um, at the time that they came out, it was really cool. And I think that they functioned better than the Quest 2 controllers. But the Quest 3 Touch Plus controllers are so good. And the system, the software that's used to track those, and the AI that is kind of starting to come out in Meta's system that is used to track your hands and track those controllers and assist with tracking is so good that I'm just not sure that it's worth, you know, $150 to buy Quest Pro controllers. So I'm not sure that there's really any noticeable difference. But maybe that would be a good video. Maybe we should pair up some Quest Pro controllers and to a Quest 3 and do some tests, because I've not actually done that before. Let's see if this works. This may or may not work. It's a pretty good sign. Okay. We're charging. The Quest Pro controllers have better tracking. I mean, that's what people say. Are they like $300? Maybe you're right. Are they $150 or $300? Now I gotta look this up. Quest Pro controllers. Quest Pro. Yeah, they're $249 actually. They're $249. Looks like on Meta for the Quest Pro controllers. So I mean, for the cost of Quest Pro controllers, you could buy a whole 3S that comes with the Quest 3 controllers. I'm just not sure that that's worth it. What's the deal with power banks? Yes, power banks, or no? And would it be better to charge with 18-watt brick versus cheap portable charger? I always recommend using the charger that the headsets come with, because there's just been a lot, at least on my end. I see charge port melt is probably the number 3 or 4 issue that Quest 2 users specifically face. And most of that seems to come from using chargers or blocks or power banks that are not rated for the headset. So I'm not a big fan of using those, just because I'm the one who kind of ends up seeing how much damage they can do. I'm not going to tell you not to use it, because maybe there's just some safety rating that I'm just not aware of, that some company is not adhering to, and those people are just being preyed upon. But I wouldn't use it on mine. So that's what I'll say about it. What is the best headset for its price? The Quest 3S, no comparison. The Quest 3S is amazing for what it is. I mean, and I said this in my last video, even like 2 or 3 years ago, as a community, as a VR community, like we could not have imagined that a headset with all of the perks and advantages and specifications that the Quest 3S has would be as affordable as it is. I mean, 4 or 5 years ago, a headset like the Quest 3S with that resolution, that tracking capability, those controllers would have been easily over $1,000. And I mean, if you want proof of that, look at the Quest Pro, you know? So when the Quest 2, Quest 3 is charging with a lower watt battery and the Quest headset is demanding more than the portable charger is offering, that'll damage the battery. Oh, for sure. You should not be charging your headset and playing it at the same time. That will damage the battery. You can have like an extender, like a strap extension battery, like, you know, they make those Elite straps. You can put one of those on there and let that can drain out first, and then the battery can drain out. But if you're trying to hot swap your battery to keep your headset going for even longer, once your battery's depleted down below like even like 60 or 70%, that's going to cause a lot of damage to your battery. Have you met J-Man Curly? No, I've not met J-Man Curly. This headset's taking forever to charge up. Hopefully it gets to a point where I can test it soon. Does Meta know your repair business? Yes, yeah. I've spoken on the phone to customer support people at Meta plenty of times, and they always kind of get a chuckle because sometimes I'll call and ask questions and be like, "Hey, why aren't you guys like sending out this update?" Every now and then there will be like a or sometimes it's a professional courtesy thing. Like I'll call them up and, there was an issue with like version 52 of the operating system where it was causing people to get locked out of their headsets and not be able to pair their devices back to their phones or their mobile devices if they factory reset it while it was on version like 52. And so I called them up and just had a conversation with them about it, and they were like, yeah, it's a known issue. But they always get a chuckle out of it when I call them, because I don't know. They think it's funny. One of them told me one time that we actually saved them a lot of money in having to shell out for new headsets for people that have had issues. So I don't think they have a problem with us for sure. They've always been very, very professional. Okay. This looks like it's working. So it's tracking and everything. So I'm going to just go ahead and button that up. Where do you get the parts from? Would love to try and fix my Quest 2 and maybe my Pro. You can get parts from our website. Yes, this is a Quest 2. No, I haven't played Gorilla Tag. Do you really see a difference in the screen between the 3S and the 3? That's a good question. I don't I don't really see a difference in the screen resolution as much as I see a difference in sort of like the outer edges where it gets blurry because the Fresnel or the Fresnel lenses are just not as good. Um, on the outside of the image as the pancake lenses are. Resolution wise, like actual gameplay wise, it's really hard to tell a difference. Just because the resolution is not that much different. I actually did the math on it. It's about a 22% difference in resolution. And you can check out my latest video on, which headset has the best resolution to kind of get a gauge on that and what that actually looks like in the headset, because it's pretty minuscule, especially like when you compare the Quest 3S and the Quest 3 to like the Quest 1. It's a huge difference between the Quest 3 and the Quest 1. How much do you make per headset? Not as much as you'd think. The profit margins aren't crazy, but I would say the average repair on our end is about $90 for a headset repair. It's about $40 for a controller. I spend a lot of money on shipping, so headsets cost about $15-$20 to ship one way and then the other. So round trip, it costs me about $15-$20 just to get your headset to me, and then it costs me about an hour of labor. So $25-$30 depending on the technician to fix the headset. So maybe I'm making about $10 or $15 profit on a headset when it's all said and done. I think your Quest 2 is cooked. No, actually, this one seems like it's working pretty good now. So I just need it to charge up a little bit more so I can start putting it back together. My Oculus feels not good quality with the lenses, and it's only high quality when recorded. Yeah, obviously when you record something, it's gonna look a lot better in the recording because you're not viewing it through the Fresnel lenses. So I think that that's probably right. What's an optimal amount of wattage input the battery head strap should have to not damage the battery life over time? I'm not sure how to answer that question. It should be rated for whatever the charger is that comes with the headset, and I think that it's only a 5-watt charger that comes with the headset. I'm pretty sure that's right. Don't quote me on that. You can look it up, but I would use one that has the same wattage voltage rating as the charger that comes with the headset. Oh, I see. Someone broke my headset in half. That's not good. What do you think about the MR? What do you think about, mixed reality? on the Quest 3S is really good. My brother-in-law's girlfriend, I put her in the Quest 3S because they were here visiting for Thanksgiving recently and last week, whenever Thanksgiving was. And I put her in the First Steps experience with the mixed reality, and she just got a huge kick out of it. It's a great little experience if you've never tried it before. Have you guys found a winner for the giveaway? We have found a winner for the giveaway. We'll be announcing the giveaway winner in a video that we're posting tomorrow. So if you guys are not subscribed or you don't have your notifications turned on, definitely turn your notifications on and subscribe so that you get notified when we do our announcement. So I'll be in the chat, hanging out, answering questions, and then we will announce the winner, of course. We don't have another giveaway lined up yet, but I do want to do another giveaway sometime before the end of the year. So just stay tuned. What time? Because you might have school. It's probably going to be around 5 or 6 p.m. Central Time. So, do the math based on wherever you're at. Probably 6 p.m. Central Time. That's usually when I post videos. I hit my parents a lot and some objects while I'm playing. Am I harming the controller? I mean, I think if you're hitting your parents a lot, asking if you're harming the controller is probably the wrong way to look at that. I think that we should really not be hitting our parents when we're playing VR, and we certainly should be more concerned about the people that we're hitting than maybe the controllers being damaged. Hey, what's up, Mason? What do you give away? Well, this last time we gave away a Quest 3S. So, but it changes every time. We've done 2 Quest 3S's in a row. I'd really like to do a different headset for the next time. So if you guys have a suggestion about what we might give away next, I was thinking either a Quest 3 or like a PSVR 2 for the next giveaway. I've never done a PSVR 2 and I've never played on a PSVR 2, so I think it'd be a lot of fun for me to make some videos. But you guys let us know if you're commenting on this live, or you can leave a comment on my other videos, and whatever the people want, that's usually what I'll do. Also, you can subscribe to our emails, because I'll probably send out a questionnaire before we take the next giveaway live. Quest 2 with Pro controllers, that would be a good combo giveaway. Maybe Quest Pro controllers would be a pretty good giveaway. $249. I think that's a value. What repairs am I doing? So this one was liquid damaged, but I think it really just had a bad LCD, because everything else seems to be working pretty good now. Sometimes with these liquid damage headsets, you're concerned that eventually something else will corrode and go bad, but that's why we put a warranty on them. So if you purchase a repair with us, you get your headset or your controller fixed, then we warranty the device, depending on what kind of repair was done. So that way you have peace of mind that if you send it in to us, it actually gets fixed and stays fixed. So can you put a 12 gigabyte motherboard in a 3S? No, the motherboards are not compatible. And the main reason they're not compatible is because the Quest 3S has a single panel LCD, so it's only got one video output, whereas the Quest 3 has the dual panel LCDs, so it's got 2 video outputs, and those are not compatible systems. So my headset ruins every charger that I use for it. Do you think there's a problem with the port? There certainly could be. That's kind of the inverse of what usually happens. Usually people ruin their headsets with the chargers, not the other way around. But it's definitely something we can take a look at. I have a question. What is a good alternative to the lithium battery in the headset? I'm not sure that there is a good alternative to the lithium battery in the headset. I've not ever tried hot swapping in a different battery, and for the most part, as far as I'm aware, the lithium-ion batteries that come in them are kind of the industry standard. I mean, they're basically cell phone batteries or laptop batteries, very small laptop batteries. So it's kind of industry standard for electronics. Will the Quest 2 stop support after 1 year? I think it'll take longer than 1 year, to be honest with you. The Quest 2 is so popular. People don't realize how much more popular the Quest 2 headset is than its predecessors. The Quest 1 only sold about 1 million units throughout the course of its life. I think maybe 1.5 million units throughout the course of its entire run. The Quest 2 sold about 24 million units. So it wasn't just like a little bit more popular. It was wildly more popular. And even today, the Quest 2 has still, like, I mean, I think 20 million or 24 million units, and the Quest 3 sold about 1.5 million, maybe 2 million now. I'd have to look and see what those numbers are. Of course, Meta's pushing it big for the Christmas, and they don't really put those numbers out. You kind of have to speculate based on what the big retailers say that their sales are. So, but yeah, the Quest 2 was so popular, it'll take years to phase that out entirely. And I would be surprised if Meta stops supporting it within the next 2 years. What they'll do instead of not supporting it is slowly they will encourage developers to create applications and experiences that cannot be utilized by the Quest 2, like Batman Arkham Shadow. And so you'll see more games like Batman Arkham Shadow that the Quest 2 just can't play, and that'll be what pushes people off of that platform. It'll take time, but with enough time, it'll happen. I wonder if the Black Friday deal on Amazon for the 3S will be as good a Christmas as any Christmas deal. Probably. I was thinking about stocking up on Quest 3S as well while there's a bunch of deals going on. I might buy like 3 or 4 and then kind of give them away through the year next year. Stock up. Thanks for making these videos. Makes me more comfortable with the idea of fixing my friends after he replaces his Quest 2. Yeah, I'm happy to do it. I enjoy teaching people and talking to people about VR, and you know, I love VR and I like working on headsets. So it's been really fun to be in a position where I can create this kind of content for people. One more here. Oops. Come on, you. How many VRs have you fixed in your lifetime? Oh gosh, I don't know. Thousands at this point. You got to figure I probably repair 10 or 15 a day on average, and I've done that every day for about 3 years. So a lot. Would it be possible to change the cameras on the Quest 2 to color cameras? No, you can't. So even if you wanted to, the operating system wouldn't allow you to do it because it requires those tracking cameras to be there, and there's no compatible full color pass-through tracking camera. And for example, the Quest 3S, it does utilize the same tracking cameras that the Quest 2 has. So instead of changing out these cameras, Meta just added 2 full color pass-through cameras because it's not possible for those 2 systems to overlap. The software just won't handle it. Found this in my feed. Hello, Crayon. I had a broken Quest 2. The speaker arms peeled off, and another one was badly bent. I'm still very cautious about fixing it myself, even with your guys' tutorials. Yeah, the speaker arm repair is tough. I don't even like doing them, and that's saying something, because most of these things I just don't mind anymore because I've done them so many times. It's much more palatable. Instead of fixing the Quest 2 speaker arms and pulling out all this stuff and changing out these pins and then swapping a speaker arm, I would almost just be tempted to buy a whole shell with the speaker arms just on it and then just swap the guts into it, and that would be a lot easier. It would save you probably an hour of labor, you know, if you're not, because even for me, doing this little process right here adds 10, 15 minutes to repair time, and then you got to do that twice, so that's half an hour, versus just taking the guts out and putting it in a new shell. Saves you a lot of time. What's the worst fix I had to do? Actually, I did a video a few months ago about a headset that got sent in that had like literal urine in it. So if you've not seen that video, we were disgusted by it. We threw it away, and we sent the customer a message and we're just like, kind of, I don't want to say like, how dare you send this to us, but it was like, you realize like this is a biohazard. Like, we can't send this back because we are aware of what it is, and the legal ramifications at that point would fall on us if we send it back. So we'll send you a different one that works. And they were fine with that. They were a little indignant about it at first, but they came around. Was it from a dog? Maybe it was from a dog. I mean, I don't know what different types of urine smell like, so, but it was definitely, I hope it wasn't a human. That's all I'm saying. I don't know that for a fact, but I really hope it wasn't. Why Bluetooth sim racing VR so laggy on my VR from Airlink? If you're playing on a Quest 2, the Bluetooth and the Wi-Fi systems kind of compete for space, and the headset, the Quest 2, only has Bluetooth 5.0, and I want to say I don't think that Wi-Fi 6 is supported on the Quest 2. Wi-Fi 6 and 6E are supported on the Quest, or Wi-Fi 6 is supported on the Quest 3. Wi-Fi 6E is supported on the Quest 3S. So the Quest 3S actually has the best Wi-Fi capabilities. And then I've heard that it's actually going to be Wi-Fi 7 compatible. The Quest 3S is. So, but if you're using the Quest 2, it just can't keep up in that department. How can you make your VR not get foggy? I recommend using like one of the facial foams that has vents in it. Those seem to really help. Any recommendations on toolkits for all the bits and such to repair these? Yes, I sell a kit on my website, fixmyoculus.com, and it's got all the bits that you need to do the repairs that I do. So, so if you're looking to do your own repair at home, you can buy the little. I've got the little mini screwdrivers too. You know, those are like 50 cents. But if you want the full tool kit, then I think that's like $20 or something like that. Is that your Quest? No, this one's not mine. This belongs to a customer. Let's give this another testy test real quick and just make sure. Oh, it's dead again. Dang it. Dang it, headset. Quit dying on me. That's looking promising. Might as well clean these lenses up while we're here. How do you fix a foggy lens? You can get some like anti-static, like dust repellent stuff like this. I like this for Quests. So they work great on the Quest 2 and the 3S lenses. The Pancake lenses have a protection layer on them that I'm hesitant to use this stuff because you never know when that's going to like eat away at it at just like a microscopic level. But for the Quest 2s and the 3S, this stuff works great. What should I do with my Quest 1? You could donate it to a museum, maybe. Can you buy me one? We do giveaways sometimes. Oh, we got some people preaching in here. How much does it cost to get the battery replaced? I think battery replacement right now is like $50. I think we're running like a sale on it actually on the website. What is my rank in Siege? I don't have a rank in Siege. Is the Quest Pro better than the 3 and the 3S? No. Actually, I did a video on this earlier today, so you can go check that out. But the Quest Pro has the same resolution as the Quest 2. It just has the Pancake lenses. So if you really want the Pancake lenses, then I would get the Quest 3. The Quest 3 is superior in almost every way. It's got a better processor, it's got better resolution, it's got better speakers, it's easier to fix. So just across the board, the Quest 3 is a better buy. Does WD-40 electronic contact cleaner actually work at fixing Quest 2 drift? No. It's kind of a hot topic, talking point on the channel. A lot of people propagate that as knowledge on how to fix it, but I've never seen it work myself. People talk about it working. They say it works for them. That's great for them. I've never seen it work, and I've fixed hundreds of those things. So I don't recommend it because the pros definitely don't outweigh the cons. Because if you get it in the board and then it, removes the adhesive on the button mounts, then you're in trouble. What's the best way to sell my Quest 2 so I can upgrade to the Quest 3? You can send it in to me. I buy used units. So if you wanted to reach out to us on our website, I'd be happy to make you an offer. We'll have you send it in to us. We'll evaluate it. We'll make you an offer for it. More Arkham Shadow maybe soon. I'd like to. I've been so busy with other things lately. It's just been tough. But we're trying. Let's see. Gotta make sure this whole thing works. Hey, I replaced my charging port on my Oculus Quest 2. When I booted it up, the controllers didn't work, but lit up and buzzed twice, and the hand motion trafficking does not work. What do I do? Usually that's an indication that one of these two cameras at the bottom is either not plugged in properly, one of these cables is not seated, or one of these cameras is not working. So I would redo your work, go back and check, take everything off, and then check these two cameras. Make sure that they're plugged in and seated properly, because that feature that you're talking about where the controllers are paired, but they're not tracking and the room tracking is working, usually that means that one of these two cameras is either unplugged or broken. Do you guys play games for YouTube videos, or is it only repair-related things? It's mostly repair-related things. I mean, we did a little Batman Arkham Shadow video recently, but that was just kind of a fun thing to do. I mostly do the repair stuff because that's the stuff that I care about the most. I mean, lots of people play games, but not a whole lot of people are out there telling you, you know, actually what the specs are on certain things or how to fix this or how to fix that. So it's kind of a niche that we have, and it's what I know, so that's what we lean into. This headset looks like it's working to me, so I'm just going to finish buttoning this up, and then we're going to be done. Would you ever make a VR game? If I knew how to make them, I probably would, but it's not really my wheelhouse. My controllers are being tracked and everything, but I can't use any of the buttons on the controller. Usually that's liquid damage on the surface of the board. The board underneath the controller kind of looks like this, and what happens is liquid gets in here. See this little, it's hard, it's not really focusing. See this little bit right here? That's rust on that button. So what happens is liquid gets in here, it rusts this, and then the buttons don't work. You can kind of replace those. Those little button mounts come out, and you can replace the button mounts and the capacitance springs, and then they'll usually work again unless the capacitance sensor, or unless the sensor underneath is damaged too. So as long as that sensor is good, then you should be able to get your button working again. But once those little wires get rusted, then they won't do anything. They'll just. Is there any way you can fix cracked camera on the thing on a Quest 3? Yeah, we fixed cracked cameras on Quest 3s all the time. What's wrong with this Oculus? This one had some water damage that we have remediated. So the LCD had gone bad in it because somebody spilled some soda in here, but it's better now. How much do you usually buy headsets for? Well, to be honest with you, the price has been going down over time. So I used to try to pay top dollar for them. Now I can get a full headset and controllers for, you know, like $100 on eBay. So that's about what I pay for them. So if it's working, probably about $100, but it really depends on the condition that it's in. What's up, Sonic and Knuckles? I just opened my Quest 2 up to remove the faceplate, and after I got it together, the picture is all messed up, only showing colors. Did I most likely rip something around the lenses? It's possible. It's kind of unique. I'd have to take a look at it to be honest. I appreciate the subs, guys. Thank you. How much do you charge for repairs? Kind of depends on what's wrong with it. I'd say our average cost for repair is about $80 or $90, but it just kind of depends on what's going on with the device. For an Oculus 3. Oh, I thought he was talking about a 2. I pay more for the 3s because I need the parts more. But the 3s, or the 2s, I've got lots of parts. Can you explain why my left audio cuts out and why it won't come back for a bit? I don't know why. Usually that's an issue with the drivers on the board. It could be, it's possible. So when you're looking at the headset, the speaker wires sit inside these little holders here. Let me see. So they're kind of pressed down. this way, and they just lift straight out. So what happens sometimes, it's very uncommon, but it does happen. Maybe 1 out of 200 headsets that I see has this issue, is that somebody hits their headset hard enough, nothing else breaks, but this little speaker wire just pops out just like that. And it's just a little unseated, and that causes the audio to cut in and out. You can just open the headset back up, press that back down, and that should restore that audio function. Now, it could be that there's a driver on the board that has failed, or maybe your speaker is going bad, but I would say that that's at least an option, so you can take your headset apart and just inspect it and see if that fixes the problem. What happens if you can't hear audio on your Oculus? Well, there's lots of different things that can cause you to not hear your audio, but I would say it's probably an issue with the board, to simplify it. What Oculus is that? Because I have a Quest 3S and I'm wondering what the inside looks like. I've done a Quest 3S teardown video, so you can definitely check that video out and see what the inside of a Quest 3S looks like. This is a Quest 2, to answer your initial question. How many VRs do I have? Hundreds. I have pretty much every VR headset that's ever been manufactured. Plus, I've got boxes and boxes and boxes of Quest 2s and Quest 3s and G2 Reverbs and HTC headsets that we just kind of pull parts from. So lots and lots and lots. I missed what you said initially, DJX51. Do you have a big screen? I do have a big screen. I'd like to do some videos on the big screen, actually. That would make a cool giveaway. What happens when your controllers can be tracked even though your cameras work fine and your battery is at 100%? So there's some misconceptions about the cameras. So the cameras can look physically fine and not be working properly. And the cameras provide different functions. So these two cameras, if these two cameras are working, all the room tracking will work. It'll display an image. You won't have any problems like that at all. But if one of these two cameras is broken, then that's when you get the hand tracking or the controller tracking problems. So if these two cameras are good, then your room tracking will work and you'll be like, okay, my cameras work fine, then that can't be it. But it's possible that one of these cameras has gone out or become unplugged or something along those lines, and that's causing a tracking issue for you. Why does my Quest 3 go from 100 to 50 in 10 minutes? It sounds like a battery issue. So sometimes when you use the headset a lot, especially if you play while you're plugged in, or you abuse the battery by not ever allowing it to charge properly, like, keeping it on battery packs, playing when it's at a low percentage, over time, those things are going to do damage to the battery. How long have I been doing this? About 3 years, a little over 3 years now. What time is it for you guys? It's about 7:40 here. Do you only fix headsets or fix controllers too? I fix all headsets and controllers. So if it's VR related and it's a headset or controller, we will fix it. You broke your left Quest 2 controller. That's unfortunate. You can check out our website and look at sending it in if you want us to repair it. Is this your headset? No, this is not mine. This is a customer's headset. How much does battery replacement cost? On a Quest 2, it's about $50, $60. I think on a Quest 3, it's like maybe $110, $120. I'm not sure exactly off the top of my head, but you can always check out our website, and I should have that price listed for that service. Have you ever owned a VR? You think a Meta Quest 3S is a good first? Hey, I've never owned a VR. Do you think Meta Quest 3S is a good first choice? Yeah, I think the Meta Quest 3S is a great first choice. It's got a lot of features and functions that even the Quest 3 doesn't have. And it's a great little headset for the price. So I like the Quest 3S a lot. Do you stream on TikTok? Yeah, we do live stream on TikTok. Do you have a whole team who does this too, or is it just yourself? It's really me and my business partner, and we've got one other person who works here. So it's just really the three of us. Where can I find you to fix my VR? You can check out our website, fixmyoculus.com is our website. Guys, don't forget we are announcing the giveaway winner on tomorrow's video. So if you've not subscribed and clicked the notification bell, please do subscribe and turn notifications on so that you get notified when we post that video. Helps us out a lot, and you know, I'm excited to tell you guys who won. We've got the winner all picked out, and I'll be editing the video tomorrow so that we can get that out to you guys probably around 6 p.m. Central Time, but just keep the notifications on so that you know when it goes live. That's all I really got for you guys today. I appreciate you hanging out with me. We looks like we fixed this headset, and now I just need to kind of go through and clean it up a little bit so that it's ready to go back home. But that's all I got, and we will see you on the next one.